Hello, today we are working on dividing integers. The other day we were working on multiplying them, so they use the same rules. Remember, if we think about 2 times negative 6, we know that because they're different signs, the answer will be negative. Same thing if we do negative 2 times negative 6, they're the same sign, so we know it's gonna be positive, okay? So that means if we come over here, we'll think about it as the absolute value of 20 divided by the absolute value of negative 4, which is 4. We know 20 divided by 4 is 5, but then we take a look. This is a plus, positive, this is a negative or a minus, so they're different. So if they're different, it'll be subtraction, just like it was with multiplication. Okay? Taking a look here. Negative 81 divided by 9, we can rewrite this so that it looks just like the one before. Okay? 81 divided by 9 gets me 9. I see that this is a negative and this is a plus, so they are different, so it will be a negative 9. Right now would be a great time to pause the video and do C. Okay? So I noticed that the absolute value of negative 45 is 45 divided by the absolute value of 9, which is 9. 45 divided by 9 is 5. This was a negative, this was a positive, so it'll be a negative 5 because they had different signs. Now we'll take a look at what happens if they have the same sign, okay? Remember, if they have the same sign, it's going to be positive. If they have different signs, it's going to be negative. We're going to use kind of the same rules, okay? So we think about it as the absolute value of negative 24 is 24 divided by the absolute value of negative 4, which is 4. So we know the number is going to be 6. Now we have to look. This is a minus. This is a minus. Since they have the same signs, it's going to be positive. So it's going to stay positive 6. Now would be a great time to pause and do E and F. Okay? If I'm looking at E, I'm going to rewrite this so that it's written like my other ones were. Negative 28 divided by negative 7. I know 28 divided by 7 is 4. Because they have the same sign, it's going to be positive. Okay? If I look down here, I'm going to evaluate A divided by negative 3 if A is negative 33. So this is just a substitution. I'll take this and I'll replace it for A. So my rewritten problem is negative 33 divided by negative 3. Okay? 33 divided by 3 is 11. I know that this is a negative sign, this is a negative sign, so they are the same. Same signs means that it stays positive. Okay? Just like with the multiplication, this would be what you would write down as some quick notes so that if you need to look back, okay, positive, positive is positive, negative, negative is positive, positive, negative is negative, okay? If you have the multiplication notes in front of you, you could just write that it also works for division, okay? You can also think about it as same. It'll be positive, different, it'll be negative, okay? So let's look at a story problem. An elevator descends steadily 500 feet in 20 seconds. How would you express the change in the elevator's height per second? So we want it to be like per 1 second. Okay, we can think about how we did rates before. We have 20 seconds, okay, and we want it to get to 1 second. And over here we can put our feet, 500 feet. Okay, now it says descends. Descends means it's negative. Okay, so to get this to 1, we have to divide both sides by 20. Because if you remember with rates, you had to do the same thing to both sides. Okay, 500 go ahead and pause it and solve this. Okay, and it is 25. Okay, and then I have to look at my signs. This one's negative, this one's positive, so it'll be negative 25 feet in 1 second. So what that means is if someone's asking me, what does that mean to me? It means that every second, the elevator travels down 25 feet. Okay, we'll go ahead and take a look at one more story problem. So this story problem is just a little different. This time it's talking about the water of a lake fell by 1.5 inches during a 1 2/3 week-long dry spell. We need to find the average rate. So these two right here, they're telling me average rate. They're telling me that it's a division. I am sorry that kind of scribbled over them. At which the water changed every week. So that means I want it for 1 week. Okay, so just like before, the thing that I want to be 1 will be over here on the right. Okay, and I'll put my 1.5 inches here. Now, because it said fell, it's going to be negative. Okay, now would be a great time to pause it and solve it yourself. And I'm going to go ahead and keep going. Okay, divide both of these by 1 2/3. Okay, I'm going to rewrite this over here so it looks a little bit nicer. 1 1/2 divided by 1 2/3. Now, if you remember fractions, okay, we got to make them improper first. So, times plus is 2, 3, 3/2, and it's negative because we're just going to keep that negative sign with it, divided by 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 is 5, so 5/3. We're going to change flip, so we keep this one. We change this one, and we flip this one. Okay, 3 times 3 is 9. This was a positive, this was a negative, so we're going to keep that negative sign. 2 times 5 is 10. Okay, inches, and this is per week. Okay, they are losing water at a rate of 9/10 per week. Okay, that is the end of my notes. If you have any questions, please send me an email. Have a great day.